You're listening to Thrive with Grayce, with your host Grayce on Thrive Talk Radio.
Hi everyone. Thank you for connecting with me on this first Thursday of the month. It is November. I cannot believe it. Wow, Thanksgiving is going to be nearby. So, it is the official launch of Thrive Talk Radio. So, for those who are listening for the first time, welcome. And I am so happy that I'm going to be celebrating the launch with these fabulous psychics who are world-renowned and gifted, Sunhee and Chinlee Park. Welcome to the show.
안녕하세요. Ciao, ciao. Hi, Jay.
Hi. And can you believe it, ladies? It's almost the end of the year. I can't believe it.
It's like we're in a time warp.
Really, honestly, it's amazing. And today's topic, as we all know, if you don't know, now you know, it is about thrive and thriving and what it means to thrive. To me personally, one of the reasons that I call the show Thrive with Grayce is because for a long time, I was stuck. I was just living, existing. And I think that happens to a lot of us. You know, we're going through our routine. We're going to work or going to school, whatever our routine is, but we're just existing. We're not living a full life. And to me, the word thrive means living to the fullest, flourishing in all ways that you can possibly do. And we know that sometimes things happen that sort of stops us from flourishing, and we believe that we can't flourish. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. It takes time and it takes work, but you can do it. And I think these two lovely ladies can sort of talk more about that as well with us.
No, you're lovely.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, we're proud of you, Jay. Congratulations on the launch, and we're so blessed to be your first premier guests here. We feel special.
Thank you. Well, you are.
So, I mean, we know exactly what you went through. I mean, we have experienced it, and I mean, I have a theory on why we get that way, and a lot of it, and I don't mean to turn it into a psychic point of view, but a lot of it is empathy. We are empathing what it feels like to feel like almost like a loser, like a victim, like we're taking on the victimizer's emotions and pain because they're not dealing with it. They're just
interesting.
They're just existing. They're barely existing. They're not happy. So what happens is we have to not only feel our own emotions from trauma, but we have to feel their emotions as well. And it's very overwhelming. So what does it do? It makes you stuck. It makes you feel stagnated. It makes you feel unmotivated. And I just want to tell people that if you could understand that you do have empathy because of a traumatic event, you're more special, you're more sensitized, you are picking up on the victimizer.
I like that you mentioned that because I never heard that perspective, but it makes sense once you said it. I was like, yeah, absolutely. I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah, Jay, especially, this is Chinlee, especially like with, hey, especially with the negative emotions and feelings, because it's so easy for all of us to just simply get insecure, give up, like just talk negative.
Oh, I'm so glad we're not the only ones that have doggies. Just my dog loves to do cameo appearances on the radio show, so get used to it, people. So I'm glad that I hear your doggies too.
I know, sorry about that.
No, don't apologize because it happens to us. So I'm actually relieved.
Everyone knows our doggies. All of Facebook knows them. So yeah, like as soon as you catch yourself thinking negatively, that is the empathy that we pick up on with, like, say, our abusers. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, I do. I mean, I know from my personal experience, I was always sensitive, but this just, I was in such a stuck stage, and I just could not get over it in that sense, as people say, well, get over it, you need to move on. And it took a lot of work from my part, and a lot of it, the process was really forgiving the person who assaulted me.
Yeah.
And that was a very crucial and turning point for me. And again, it's not about condoning what the person did to me or thinking that, oh, I'm glad it happened and good for you for doing it to me. But no, it allowed me to get rid of that burden that I was carrying. So when you said what you said, Sunhee, and you're echoing it, Chinlee, it really rings true to me, because I felt such a relief when I started the forgiving process.
Right. I mean, I think you have to really get ready for that. You can't force yourself to get there.
Absolutely. Yes. And it took a while. It wasn't like overnight I said, oh, I'm going to forgive him. But it felt like if I didn't start doing that for me, I was going to stay there, and it was just not helping me. So it was not even about him. It was about me, and sort of saying, I can't carry this. This doesn't belong to me. So,
right.
Yeah.
So because of that, the only thing I can do is forgive him and forgive myself for allowing myself to carry this burden that doesn't belong to me in the first place.
Yeah, of course. The first step is to talk about it, acknowledge it, and then you get angry, and then you forgive. I mean, that's a process of healing. But if some people are stuck, maybe that it would help if they understood that they are sensitized thanks to that event.
Yes.
And they do feel emotions and negative emotions specifically because of the trauma, and they will pick up on their abuser, because me, as a survivor of being raped and physically beaten up and almost dying, it took me about 10 years to not twitch because I thought someone was going to hit me, and then I would stop myself. And then with the triggers and the dates and the state and the city and people, the name, all these triggers going on. And then TV shows, there's so much violence.
Yes.
I would have to turn off shows. You just basically, that wouldn't help me during that time. You have to go through it. But then you get to a point where you're like, why am I so stuck? Well, it's your empathy. You're also feeling your abuser and how he's feeling like such a loser. I mean, seriously, or if it's a woman, you know?
Right.
So I actually turned it around and said, you know what? My hands are special. It's not that I'm scared of people's hands. I have a healing gift in my hands. And I kept saying to myself that I've got to keep using this gift in order for me to heal. And that's what really helped us doing this work, us helping people, healing ourselves. It just really, between that and being around positive people that can truly support you, is just so important, you know?
Absolutely.
You know, it's empathy, love, and I guess self-reinforcement. You have to keep reinforcing that you are a special person. You are gifted, especially from what happened, you know?
Instead of constantly asking yourself, why did this happen to me? What did I do wrong? It's like you got to get to the point where you finally turn it around, and that's where you realize it's not about you.
Right, absolutely. Because I know when I was feeling stuck and in the deepest part of depression, it was like a recording, and I was stuck in and the internal voice in the dialogue was, you know, you're nothing. This is why these things happen to you. You know, you should have known better. Yeah. And it drove me almost to the point where I was crazy. And I've been open about the fact that, you know, the only way I could feel that I could silence this was for me to try and commit suicide. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I do understand what you're saying, and I know that, you know, it took a lot of work from myself, and also getting the right support. You mentioned that you have to have support, and you can't do this by yourself. It's a lot, you know, and there are organizations, I've talked about it in different programs, that are trained to help you with this, and there are a lot of gifted healers. I mean, my process wasn't just a traditional talk therapy counseling that helped, but I did my own research. I seeked out things that made my soul sing. So to me, it was writing. To me, it was dancing, music, the arts, meditation, yoga, whatever I felt my soul was inclined to be attracted to. And really getting rid of toxic relationships. You sort of start becoming, and I'm sure you girls will agree with this, you start becoming more aware of who's good for you and what energy is good for you and what's not.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, for sure. When I talked to one of my exes, I won't mention any names.
But you know who you are.
All of a sudden, I won't say if you're black, white, or Spanish. All of a sudden, my body, I start getting high anxiety, and then I start wanting to clean or become like a spaz, and then I can't sit down, I can't sleep, I can't do anything, I don't want to eat, and then I'm like, oh my God, this is all from just one email? That's insane. Like this is like, it's kind of like my gift is a burden right now. Right. So I know exactly like who I have to cut off when it comes to exes and when it comes to O's, just kidding. When it comes to like just people who are just not, they're not for you. They're not truly capable of being there for you because they're too busy in their own selfish world of me, you know?
Right. And you have to take care of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with understanding that. I think sometimes we feel like we need to keep these relationships going a lot longer than we need to, just to prove a point in our internal selves. Like, no, I spent this time with this person or these people, and I have to make it work. And that's okay to end a relationship or sever ties. It's a healthy thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, definitely. But Grayce, I was thinking about this today, Jay. I mean, I was thinking about this today. I feel my heart goes out to those people who have blocked out their issues and their traumas. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
My sister had blocked her trauma out for years, and I don't know what's worse, knowing it or not knowing it, because she seemed fine to me. I felt like the train wreck knowing. And then, because hers was blocked out, she seemed like she was fine, but she really wasn't. So I don't know which one's worse, but yeah, I do feel bad. My heart does go out for those who don't even know what they're feeling. They don't even know what they have to remember or what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes. No, I totally get it.
But you know what I learned? I learned that these people that have blocked out an issue, they will get signs from their guides. People will be put in their lives. Mm-hmm. And to help heal them. And it's like they will, when they're ready, their guides will know when they're ready, and they'll be able to definitely, that trauma will surface and they'll definitely be able to heal.
One year I kept meeting, like, I swear it was like 10 women that were just neighbors or friends or in the area. And they'd be like opening up to me and they're like, oh yeah, I was molested by my dad. And I'm like, oh my God, why are you telling me this? And then another woman, I was raped. And another woman, oh yeah, this happened. And it's like 10 women, like no joke. And I'm just like, overload, like, stop, you're killing me. I couldn't take it. And I was like, why am I meeting all these women? And it's like, hello. Like,
right. Mirror reflection, opportunities. But it's important that you said that, because I think, and then we're going to go on a break, and then we'll talk more about this, because we have a break, and then we'll be right back after this.
Sure.
Hi, this is Jay Grayce, and I'm really excited about a new show with our host, Sue Broom. Her show is Angel Talk with Sue, and it's going to be Mondays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Her debut is this coming Monday, so join her. Thank you.
In these challenging times, everyone needs a little guidance. The Virtual Psychic Fair is a once-a-month special online event where you can get the expert guidance you seek. Visit us at the Virtual Psychic Fair, www.virtualpsychic.com. virtualpsychicfair.com or call toll-free at 888-626-7386.
Hi, this is Grayce, creator and host of Thrive with Grayce. This is a live variety talk show program that I'm very excited to produce for you. It's all about entertaining and always encouraging you to live the thriving life that you deserve. Remember, that's Thrive with Grayce, Thursdays live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because it is your time to thrive. And this is Grayce, and you're listening to Thrive with Grayce, and we have with us Sunhee Park and Chinlee Park, and we were talking about getting our thrive on and what that means. And but you made a good point, ladies, about when people are feeling blocked and they don't know it, because working as a former counselor, I dealt with that a lot. I had clients who were in their mid-40s and actually, were coming in because they had relationship problems. We have a call?
You have a call?
Oh, we have a call. Oh, okay. Well,
there you go.
Caller.
Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo.
Welcome. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, welcome to Thrive with Grayce.
Hi.
Hi. What would you like to share with us tonight?
I was thinking I was going to be listening in, but I'll take Abraham. And yeah.
Go
What was
ahead.
that?
I can hear you.
Okay. I had a question for Sunhee.
Go ahead.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. What do you see happening for? I have this. I'm sending off my music to a executive in California, saying he works with my sister. How do you see that going?
Well, Sunhee, I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't know if you want to take the call or not. It's I should have said at the beginning that Sunhee and Chinlee Park would not be doing readings today. It would be about the topic about thriving. So I'm sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
No, it's okay.
I'll hit you up on Facebook, Alteric, okay?
What was that?
I'll hit you up on Facebook.
Facebook
Okay.
her.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
But thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So yes, for anyone that's listening, if you want to share your story about Thrivehood, or you're feeling that you're stuck and you want to find out ways of how to get unstuck and get into thriving, then feel free to call us at 321-445-1488. Okay, but back into the conversation. Oh, I was saying that I had a lot of clients that would come in for something completely different. It had nothing to do with them being a rape survivor or sexually assaulted. They came in for relationship issues, and little by little, doing the work, we sort of they realized that, oh my God, I was molested. So it's pretty common, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So what happens, when this happened to you, because you were the one that was blocked, when you made that realization, can you talk or share a little bit about that?
Yeah, my sister told me that what happened to her, she was molested. And I was like, no way. I didn't believe her because I was in denial, obviously. So I wasn't really supportive to her. But she basically was telling me everything that happened, and I was just stunned. I didn't know how to handle it. But shortly after that, I started getting flashbacks. And that's the first time that it was like a vision, like a little picture of an event, but it was an ugly event, and it was quick. It was a snippet, kind of like a film projector that breaks. You know what I mean? They just show a quick snippet. And I was like, what the heck was that? And then I started realizing, wow, I have more issues than Playboy when it comes to sex. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't want this. And I'm just like, wow, I am a control freak. Wow, I don't really enjoy, certain things. And I was just like, oh my God, like revelation after revelation. It really got me thinking, but it had to do with, once again, when I said the first step is to talk about what happened to you, because once you talk about it, you're also triggering something off in someone else to help them. So my sister, if she didn't talk about hers, I probably would have been living in denial for another 10 years,
Yeah.
So it was a flashback basically that helped me to get out of blocking it. She like pulled it out psychically probably.
Yeah.
I was just kidding.
I think you have to be gentle with people who blocked out their issues because
Asian witch.
she really meant the B word, but it's radio, so.
There's no FCC. You can brush it up.
See, he just wants to stir up stuff.
Is this a New York radio station we can swear?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Asian biatch.
There you go.
I mean, one of the reasons why we wanted to come on here and talk about this is to help other people who have those. If you have a chunk of time in your past where you cannot remember
10 years,
5 years, whether it's 2 years, something traumatic has happened and you blocked it out.
and it wasn't that you got abducted.
Right.
You may have gotten abducted.
Well, true that.
Well, yeah.
You're not
But-
going to remember.
But it's like people. The more people, become aware of this, I feel like it would really help the mentally ill, because mental illness is so rampant these days.
Yes.
And it's simply because people do not know how to deal or what to do about their issues or their traumas.
It's kind of like having a tumor on your head, and you just keep letting it grow and grow because you just don't want to go to the hospital. Well, eventually your emotional is just going to keep decaying and getting worse and worse, where you're just in a black hole, know?
Oh, yeah.
So it's the same thing, but it's just a different platform. Like you're emotionally decaying and deteriorating. And if you see yourself with lack of energy when even though you haven't eaten a full meal and you lack of appetite, you don't eat, you don't sleep good, you're constantly on the go, you got to plan your schedule and make it jam-packed. That's the type of person I was when I was blocking. I was constantly talking to a bunch of people. They didn't get to know me deep down. It was surface talk, surface chat. I was totally just surface and about the weather, and it was so shallow, but I was also a bitch.
Yeah, you were.
I was so mean too. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're cracking me up. You're like, yeah,
A guy would look at me and I'd be like, take a fucking picture. And I would just go off on people. I mean, for no reason. They would be like, what's your problem? And I was like, I don't have one. I'm fine.
Yeah, really. Someone needs a hug.
But that's how it is. If you're in denial, you're screwed. And I also realized too that the alien stuff correlates with everything, but
that's a whole nother topic.
We'll do another show if you want. We can do that some other time. You're welcome to come back for that one.
For sure.
That it's just crazy. Like, we're taking CBD, which is the non-psychoactive, non-THC. We got off all meds. Those meds made me even more depressed, I think.
Yes.
But they helped me a little bit. But
I think meds are good. The conventional meds are good for really if you can't handle it by yourself. And then I think eventually if people could, wean off of them and get on.
Absolutely. I can honestly tell you that's how it worked for me.
Yeah.
I stopped. My therapist and my psychiatrist were like, well, you can't stop. And then I was like, well, I just feel toxic. I knew that I needed to stop, but it helped me. It did help me. So I knew that if I stayed longer, it was going to be more detrimental than good for me.
Right.
So I took it upon myself to wean myself off it, and thank goodness it worked out well for me.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. I was on and off them for more than 10 years, and I'm finally free of them. And just taking,
Yay!
yeah, definitely.
We just take CBD for the anxiety and empathy. It helps you shield. And then we make sure that we eat good and sleep. And I don't overexert myself with working. I mean, we do have the luxury to not work 9 hours or 12 hours a day,
Right.
but it's still work. I mean, we're like therapists, so we do.
Well, it takes a lot of energy,
Oh, yeah.
dealing with people, of course. Yeah. I can
Yeah,
see
so
that.
we take several calls a day, but we also make sure we take days off and we enjoy some things in life. It's not just all about work.
Balance. It's got to
If
be
you
balanced.
if you do things to the extreme, you can catch yourself going off thinking in the dark world, saying, "Oh my God, I'm so depressed. Oh my God, life sucks." And that's just it's a whole vicious cycle if you keep doing it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm very interested about the CBD. We're gonna have to talk about that in another show as well.
Okay.
For sure. We'll send you our secret.
Okay. Good. Because the thing is, there are a lot of people hurting, and there are a lot of people, especially nowadays. I know you ladies. I try to not listen to the news, or even sometimes I have to shut down Facebook, especially now with the election. I'm glad that it's gonna be over soon, because there's so much like hatred and there's this horrible energy. And for me, it just makes me sick. I mean, I visually get sick. I can't handle it. So I have to shut things down. I can't watch certain things. But, we're talking about, rape culture. It is, part of the election that everybody's talking about sexual assault, both parties, and talk about triggers.
Yep,
Yeah,
totally. Well, that's why the CBD helps us, because I can actually read a bunch of stories and not shut down, and I don't have to shut my Facebook down either now because it almost like it bounces off. So I'm actually pretty good.
Oh, good. That's good to hear.
I still don't want to watch the news or read it day because it's so toxic. I mean, is there any good news in there that says like, hey, yay, someone survived a transplant? I mean,
Exactly.
Could we see those stories first, please? Like the first 100?
Yes. And a little balance again, balance it out, because there are a lot of things that are happening in this world, good things that are happening in this world.
Yeah.
And when you're depressed, you're going to gravitate to the negative. It just, for me, at least personally, that's how I felt. If I was feeling crappy, I was going to gravitate to something that echoed how crappy life is. You see how life is everywhere. Everything's crappy.
I know.
And so, I wish that mainstream media would start, becoming realistic and not just putting the sound bites that make them get the ratings, because there are a lot of things out there that are happening that are really good for our world.
Totally.
So, and now I know we're getting close to the end. So, ladies, if anybody wants to get in touch with you, what are you guys up to? I know you have a lot of things cooking up. I know you can't really talk about it, but I do want to get people excited, and I want people to know where they can get in touch with you and what they can do.
They can check us out at espsychics.com. It's just spelled ES and then psychics. We're signed with a production company, and we're rocking and rolling, just hanging out. We bought a new house. We're in New York now, so we'll be visiting the city soon, and we're going to do galleries and parties pretty soon. So
Hey, that's
yeah,
and wait to shoot our sizzle.
yeah, we have to shoot our sizzle soon, but yeah, we can't really talk about it. And
Okay.
yeah, that sucks.
It's like Fight Club.
What's that?
Like Fight Club, you can't really talk about it. The first rule of Fight Club,
yeah, exactly.
you don't talk about it. But when you can talk about it, I hope that you come over to the show and actually share it with us, because I'm very excited to know more about it. I don't even know people who are listening right now, so it's not like I got the whole scoop. So, so when you do, please share it with us here on Thrive with Grayce here on Thrive Talk Radio. And again, thank you so much for taking this time with us and talking about how you can get your Thrive on, because the key point here is, people who are listening right now, is that these two women went through something horrible that would devastate anyone and instead they decided to pass through it, work through it, and live the best life they can. And that means that you have some shitty days and then you have some great days. That doesn't mean that, it's going to be happily ever after. But part of thriving is living your life to the fullest. And I think you two ladies are a wonderful example of that.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. And we're so blessed to be on the show, and hope all the listeners got something out of it. Just be good to yourselves,
Yes, and that's the key word. Be good to yourselves and know that you have the love and support that you need. So this is Grayce, saying keep on thriving in loving ways. Bye-bye.